Hey guys, welcome to example 4, and now we have our binomial theorem formula and algorithm. We can go ahead and use this. I know my n is equal to 4, that's my exponent, so I'm going to expect 5 total terms. Notice in this case it's slightly more complex, nothing really crazy. It just leaves us with a little bit of busy work at the end, but notice our binomial has a first term of 2x and a second term of actually negative y squared. What I want to do is when I write out this expansion is focus more on the coefficients first, all right? So what I'm going to do is write out I'm going to write out my combinations first. So we know it's going to start at 4C0. And then I'm going to do this vertically because my spacing is just way better that way. So 4C0, then 4C1, 4C2, 4C3, all the way up to 4C4. Next thing is I'm going to focus on my exponents. So I'm going to actually leave these empty. Okay, or even if I just filled in a couple, I think it's safe to say we know that, hey, here's 2x, here's negative y squared. But I'm going to leave those empty just because I want you guys to know that we're focusing more on the pattern here of the coefficients and the exponents rather than, the actual parts of the binomial. So we're going to start, if your n is 4, then this is going to be 4, 0, 3, 2, 1, 0, right? And then 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, 2x and negative y squared just go straight down the middle, right? Now, if we actually simplify these out, well, 4C0 is going to be 1, and 4C4 is 1, right? So I'm going to cheat, or I already did this on my calculator. Notice you get 4C1 is 4, 4C2 is 6, 4C3 is 4. That makes a lot of sense because, right, it's symmetrical. It's part of the Pascal's triangle. So it's going to be 4, 6, 4. You could always do that, find the combinations out by hand without a calculator, right? 4 choose 1 just means that I have, well, let's do a harder one. So just to review, if I want to do 4 choose 2, right, if I want to do 4, 2, I could just do, hey, I have 4 things and I only have 2 spaces. So it goes 4, then 3, and then divide by 2 factorial. So then that becomes 4 times 3 over 2 times 1. And that ends up being just 6. Okay, so none of this stuff is hard to do without a calculator. At smaller numbers, it isn't. Okay, so sometimes it's worth kind of doing this just because it might be good review if the numbers are small. But regardless, let's go ahead and simplify this now. The simplifying part is just the more tedious part at this point. So if we were to actually simplify the first term, then you're going to have 2x to the 4th, right? So 2x raised to the 4th. So 2 to the 4th, I believe 4, 8, 16, right? So that's going to be 16 x to the 4th. And then the next part is going to be, again, 2x to the 3rd. So that's going to be 8x to the 3rd times, and then negative y squared. And then that's just going to be times negative y squared. And then the next part is going to be, let's see, 2x squared is going to be 4x squared times negative y squared. Now here, because it's negative y squared squared, you're going to end up with a positive. So it's going to be positive y to the 4th. And that's just times 2x times negative y squared. and it's odd this time, right? So you will have a negative, and then if you have a squared raised to the third, that's going to be y to the sixth. And then again, we'll do and finish this off. That's going to have a 1 in the beginning, so that's not a big deal. But then negative y squared to the fourth is going to just be a positive y to the eighth. And at this point, I think we could start writing it horizontally. So you're going to have, let's write the full thing, 2x minus y squared to the fourth is equal to, and we're going to have, let's see, 16x to the fourth. For the second term, right over here, right, it's going to be negative 4 times 8 is 32, so minus 32 x cubed y squared. For my third term, it's going to be 6 times 4 is 24, positive 24 x squared y to the fourth. Next one would be minus 8 xy to the sixth. And then finally, it will be plus y to the eighth. And that wraps up your expansion of 2x minus y squared raised to the fourth.